Hey, I'm Gavin. I can't play clips from the programming we received, the powerful programming we received, but I think I can read transcripts. So I'm going to point at The Lion King because, I made a video that's unlisted and I've expressed the sentiment that why can't we run away? And so I recalled, the hyenas telling Simba, run away and never come back. And this is something like on every topic where there's a conflict of interest and people are on different sides of an argument. Sometimes we may tell people or we may hear people say, you should just go away. You should leave. And so I tried to entertain that thought. What if we did leave? And it's like Simba went to paradise. He found himself in paradise with Timon and Pumbaa, Hakuna Matata, no worries. And then he grows up and his girlfriend, Nala, shows up. And Nala and all of the lions and Simba's family and friends have been subjected to the rule of a dark evil king, Scar, which is a cool name for a dark evil king because it's our scars which maybe cause us to feed the evil wolf within us. So here it goes. Simba, isn't this a great place? Nala, it is beautiful, but I don't understand something. You've been alive all this time. Why didn't you come back to Pride Rock? Interesting, it's called Pride Rock. Simba, climbing into a hammock of hanging vines. Well, I just needed to get out on my own, live my own life, and I did, and it's great. He sounds almost as if trying to convince himself as well as Nala. Nala, voice catching as though barely under control. We've really needed you at home. Simba, quieter. No one needs me. Nala, yes, we do. You're the king. Simba, Nala, we've been through this. I'm not the king, Scar is. Nala, Simba. He let the hyenas take over the Pride Lands. Simba, what? Nala, everything's destroyed. There's no food, no water. Simba, if you don't do something soon, everyone will starve. Simba, I can't go back. Nala, louder, why? Simba, you wouldn't understand. Nala, what wouldn't I understand? Simba, hastily. No, it doesn't matter. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Nala, confused. What? That's funny. We have these phrases in our little groups where we say things that no one else understands, like Hakuna Matata. Simba, Hakuna Matata. It's something we learned out here. Look, sometimes bad things happen. Nala, Simba. Simba, continuing, irritated, and there's nothing you can do about it, so why worry? Simba starts away from Nala, walking on a fallen tree. Nala trots back up to him. Because it's your responsibility, Nala says. Simba, well, what about you? You left. It's easier to point out the speck in someone else's eye than to point out the plank in your own. Nala, I left to find help, and I found you. Don't you understand? You're our only hope. Simba, sorry. Nala, what's happened to you? You're not the Simba I remember. Simba, you're right, I'm not. Now are you satisfied? Nala, no, just disappointed. Simba, you're starting to sound like my father, walking away again. Nala, good, at least one of us does. Simba is obviously cut by the comment about his father. He tears into Nala with his words. Angry, Simba says, listen, you think you can just show up and tell me how to live my life? You don't even know what I've been through. Nala, I would if you would just tell me. Simba, forget it. Nala, fine. Simba walks off. So it goes on. Simba goes back to Pride Rock eventually and defeats Scar Um, deals with the wretched creatures, which are the hyenas, who, they have their place, but it's not at the top of the hierarchy making all the decisions. And Scar has his place, but not at the top making all the decisions. And then you can have healing of the land. Where there was a desert and starvation, all of a sudden there can be a garden that's bountiful. And so this is the wrestling, is that, people who see the other as their enemy want to be Simba, want to fight Scar, and want to heal where things are sick and diseased. Yeah, I think that um, I think all of these people on all the sides are incompetent. And here I am. It's like, I think I'm the king, great. Whew. There's a question, is like, what would Jesus do? Because, I practice making Jesus king. And, I have ideas about what Jesus would do. But how do I know if they're right? So would Jesus run away? I don't think so. Would he surrender himself to the enemy? Maybe. But if he surrenders himself to the enemy, what if there were enough followers to surround him and protect him? What if there were enough followers that would have prevented Jesus from going to the cross? So, like, the Christ, the story is that Christ was resurrected and is alive, and we can know Christ, and we can be like Christ. And, I like that idea, but why do I have to go die on a cross? Why can't we organize and protect each other? Why can't we make it hard for the wicked creatures like the hyenas and the scarred rulers like Scar, the corrupted king? Why can't we make it difficult for them to crucify the Christians, the Christs? And I go, this is all, I had a dream. And I got pointed at the warrior poet. And I could just immediately see he doesn't have the joy. And I was telling my wife, Kim, I'm interested in joyful warriors. So yeah, I don't want to go serve the warrior poets who are without joy and don't appreciate joy and beauty and gratitude. But maybe we can try and be joyful warriors who would band together and be wise as serpents and gentle as doves against the hyenas and Scar and the scars, those who feed off the rotten flesh, the dead, and those who would sacrifice the beauty and the good and life for their own power, because they have been wounded and scarred. And so the way we would do that is we have to find each other, and we have to develop connections. This means, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I can subscribe to your YouTube channel, and maybe we have Discord servers and email addresses, and maybe we get so close that we have connections on other apps and telephone numbers, and we build connections, and we have a limited capacity to build connections. And there's all kinds of things we can do to connect with more people and encourage everyone to participate. And it's not like we go storm the White House like on January 6th. That's not what we do. Well, it doesn't go down that way. It might be that every single person has a phone with a microphone and a camera and is live streaming the confrontation in which the Christ and the Christians and the true King comes in to confront the scarred kings, the wounded, corrupted kings. And then will they crucify all of the Christians who come in and are live streaming the event? Will they? What would happen? What would happen if the Christians confronted the hyenas and the scarred kings? The confrontation, how's that go down? I think it's more gentle than that. When you're as gentle as doves, I think it's more gentle than that. I don't think you march into the throne room of the enemy. Like, I don't think that's what you do. I think you start healing, and you start teaching, you start serving, and you serve everyone. And you do it with you don't need the guns. You don't use the guns, and you use a level of transparency such that it's all being live streamed and recorded, such that people have trust and know, and there's no evidence when hyenas and scarred kings come to fight you. That's what I think. I think there could be jiu-jitsu. So we do push-ups, we jog, we train. And so when the guy with the brick smashes the young lady's face, it's like we feel confident subduing that broken king, the scarred king who attacks the young woman who's done nothing wrong, and we subdue them. And so I think eventually we'd end up with operations where we go in and subdue people who cause harm to innocent people. And I don't think we need guns to do that. I don't think we need lethal weapons to do that. I think that's the way. So, the warrior poets with their AR-15s, they can go do what they want to do. But I think there needs to be some joyful warriors who learn jiu-jitsu and other techniques that are nonviolent, defensive, non-lethal, in order to go subdue hyenas and scarred kings. But all right, y'all have a good one. Let me know what you think. I know I'm a weirdo. The video I made where I'm pointing at the Harry and Floyd and Dumb and Dumber and talking about how I'm like Harry and Floyd in some ways, and I pointed at Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec and Sheldon Cooper in The Big Bang Theory. It's like I'm an oddball, and sometimes you can laugh. We have to learn to laugh at ourselves and not be ashamed of who we are. I think I'm an oddball. I don't know how to be a joyful warrior, but I'd like to learn. I'm interested. And if you're interested in being a joyful warrior, practicing serving Jesus as your king, click subscribe and share and like. All right. Hakuna Matata. Not really.